Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. It's Weedy Wednesday. Are y'all zooted? Or if you don't partake, that's cool too. But I am. So let's talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Also, oh wait, here y'all. Here's a PK meme. Here's a PK meme for y'all. Um, I want to start by shouting out the disrespectfully ladies. Y'all know I stand them. But they had Crystal from Beverly Hills and Cynthia from Atlanta on their pod today. And Wednesday is always my favorite day because that's when Disrespectfully has a new podcast, and then on Fridays too. But it was extra good today. They were good guests. They Dana and Katie give good interview, and an extra shout out. They have a daddy list. I do Fangirl Friday. An extra Dana now is forever it, uh, enshrined in Fangirl Friday. She was already. But thank you very much for speaking out against turfs in her basement today. So I appreciate that as well. Thank you. So yes, watch that. It was very interesting. It was a nice perspective. We got to find out how Crystal came to the show, and we got some history with Cynthia and what's going on with the whole Kenya situation right now. So it was very enjoyable. Watch it. Also, check out Watch What Happens Live from last night. Elizabeth Moss and Maren Morris were on, and they were both charming, and it was funny. And Elizabeth Moss did a Clubhouse Playhouse of the find somebody whose wallet fits, and it was very enjoyable. So anyway, let's start. First of all, I need to preface this by saying that I fell asleep during the reunion last night while I was watching it. Now I was tired, and that's fair. And sometimes I fall asleep, but I watched it live last night with my daughter, and I was snoring. She said like quicker than halfway through. And as a matter of fact, she was like, "Damn," about something, and that woke me up. So did not hold my attention is all I'm saying. So I watched it last night, kind of live, and then I watched it again this morning on Peacock. So we start with Jennifer and Kathy's arrivals. Garcelle's already annoyed. We knew that from the end of last episode. And we start with her telling Kyle she felt manipulated by her when she went to her off camera, asking her not to say something. Kyle said that she thought that would make them feel closer, and Garcelle just kind of let it go, but I got the feeling she didn't believe her. Also, I'm going to flip flop a little bit on this issue. Because Kyle has been on the show for so long, I think that she thinks that is being a friend, that you're really my friend if I tell you something and you keep it private and you don't bring it on the show. I think that's how she gauges who her actual friends and her show friends are personally. But I could see where she did that deliberately to make Garcelle felt like she had been included where she hadn't actually been included. So I see, as I flip flop back and forth, I see both sides of it though. Let's see here. And Kyle, she is in denial, denial, denial. And here's why I fell asleep. I don't care about the beef between Kyle and Dorit. I don't care. I don't like Dorit. Like I just don't. And yes, she had a lot to say this season and she was a little bit more watchable, but I still don't think this is a good person. You know, Erica, beautiful and watchable, not a good person, I don't think, if any of these alleged things are true, and we see who everybody's aligned with. But anyway, and I don't care about the Morgan Wade shit. I just don't. Why do y'all care so much? I think there's a like some biphobia and some slut shaming and all kinds of shit on why everyone is so fascinated. And yes, Kyle, y'all invited the questions. You shouldn't have made the video. If you didn't want questions, don't shake your ass for her on TV. Just saying. And Kyle has never been a girl's girl, y'all. Absolutely never. All right. She is loyal to her immediate family. She is loyal to an immediate family. We've seen her throw her own sisters under the bus. So I'm just saying immediate and now anyway. Also, the thing about Kyle talking to PK and Dorit being like, well, you think you have this relationship with him and you don't project much, Dorit? Just wondering. Anyway, and I did. I literally fell asleep during the Dorit and Kyle segment. It's just night night. So we get Jennifer Tilly's segment. Being on the show has made her more approachable, I guess, to fans, although she didn't put it quite that way or quite that nicely. Um, Also, let's talk about pre-planned. The I think the pre-plan, they're in alliance, that's all shit that Sutton has said to her privately. And Sutton has taken a page out of the LVP Kyle Richards playbook to say, oh, but I could never. You say it. It'll sound fine coming from you, right? I smell a Munchausen's rat here, is all I'm saying. Anyway, they rehashed last year. Oh, wait, Sutton. Oh, and then Jennifer Tilly, she's up to say it off camera, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. She set her up to say it off camera. Anyway, and then as her segment's ending and they go to break, um, Jennifer Tilly whispers to Garcelle, is she medicated? Talking about Sutton because she's so calm. And Garcelle's like, we are mic'd. So I thought that was funny. Then we get Kathy. So they rehashed last year and the fit of the vapors that Sutton had. And, you know, Kathy yelling and talk about how Kathy did yell at Sutton for not speaking out against Lisa Rinna the year before and stuff. And they rehash all that. And then Andy says that he thinks Kathy's good at getting the tea. Then they have the Chinese conversation, la la, blah, blah, blah. Then we get where Erica had said on Watch What Happens Live that Garcelle was one of the people that sucks up to Kathy Hilton, and Garcelle had issues with that. I don't blame her. I see it in Sutton. I see it in Dorit. I see it in a lot of them. I don't see it in Garcelle. And Garcelle's pissed. Then we move to Sutton's segment. Again, talk about pre-planned. And I do think that the Fox Force 5 might be a Fox Force 3, and it might be Erica, Dorit, and Bose. I don't think Kyle's in, at least not this particular fight, at least so far. Bose comes for Sutton first. And it did feel like Bose and Dorit are deliberately trying to activate Sutton. She's calm. Maybe she's medicated. Maybe she's not. Maybe some of Kyle's dropped crystals are wearing off on her. I don't know. Anyway, Sutton does take accountability for the "you're mad at your life" comment. She does. And she does have a point that Dorit was unhinged and was not supporting women, certainly, as she called Camille a "see you next Tuesday" repeatedly. Was she being one? Generally, yeah, she usually is, in my opinion. And she was there for Kyle. And anyway. So we move on to Sutton interrupting Dorit when she was talking about Jagger and they go to get to the beach house. Sutton says, production put me up to that. And then they start going in. Dorit is activated and she is trying to activate Sutton. She is. Then we move on to the wallet comment. And then Dorit and the main road comment. And I felt like the main road comment was said with such venom. I know Dorit is trying to activate Sutton, but she has activated herself too. Dorit needles her all through the ending credits and to where finally activated little evil Sutton, Sutton comes out, and she's honey, and the drawl is long, and the eyes are narrowed, and she be looking like Reba couldn't tell her nothing, right? Then we get the preview with Garcelle walking out. So, like when they're toasting, which I really assumed she would walk out before the reunion was over. I did not realize that she sits through the whole damn thing and then leaves. Shit, if she knew she was leaving, she should have left. She should have been like, I'm out, suck it. My opinion, but I feel for Garcelle here. Kyle needs to be done. She needs to go be happy, figure out what makes her happy, and go do that. And I don't like, yeah, blow it up, blow it up. Give me some. I know she would never agree to do the show, but give me some Gabrielle Union and oh, I heard Sarah Michelle Gellar. Ooh, that's an actual movie star, y'all. Just saying. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Join me tomorrow. I'm gonna have 2 more recaps for the pit, episodes 7 and 8. And then join me Friday for Fangirl Friday. We know that Dana Kathan is first up. Y'all have a good one. Bye. Take care, y'all.